Hey guys, Rosie here, and I just wanted to talk quickly about something that came up in one of my client sessions this morning. So she was talking about, and you can see here, got so much makeup everywhere. This is about imperfection. As you can see, I'm perfectly dressed and set up for the occasion. Anyway, so I was talking to my client today about how she was feeling really exhausted, she was feeling really demotivated, she's still in her corporate job, and I know how that feels to have a 40, 50 hour week and then to have your business on top of it. It is tough, there's no way around that. But when we dug into that, it wasn't really about the energy, and it's never really about the thing that you think it's about, right? That's why we go to coaching, so we can find the real answers. So she was feeling this lack of energy, Okay, yeah, she could have, gone to bed an hour earlier, and we decided that she was going to do that and get up and work in her business when she was fresh in the morning, and all these kind of very practical things which do help. But the main issue was more that she was feeling demotivated because she was feeling overwhelmed. And the reason she was feeling overwhelmed is that she wanted everything to be perfect and to be correct, and she was feeling sort of blocked by the fact that she had to she was at the point where she had to start getting out there, she had to start getting visible, she had to start creating a list and emailing her clients and doing all these things. And if you've watched video 1 of my blueprint, then I talk all about all the different things you've got to do to start up your business and to set up the offer and to go and get clients. I really recommend that you jump on and get that free training. It's just at the above or below this video, wherever the description is on your device. The link is there to grab on and get that. But anyway, she was feeling this fear of, if it essentially came down to, if people don't like what I have to say, then I'm not good enough. If I don't create the perfect whatever, email, blog, Facebook post, website, whatever it is, then people aren't going to resonate with it. People aren't going to like me. And what I said to her was, you're looking for validation outside of yourself. You've got this undescribed, undefined person, this reader, this somebody who could be anyone, we have no clue, and you're giving all your power to them, and you're stopping all of your work, all of your business, in case they don't like you. But how do you even know who they are? How could you even if it was a good idea to try to please them, how could you even please them? Because you don't even know who they are. And obviously you shouldn't be, you've got to be sensible. You've got to have a, certain ideal client. And of course we talk about this on the first video of this free training that I was mentioning before, the Freedom Business Blueprint. You've got to have your ideal client. You've got to know who they are. You've got to write something that's going to attract them. But you can't get to the point where you won't write anything unless you know they're going to love it. Because, as I said to her, you can't think your way to perfection. It's not like you can sit there and the more you think about it, the better it's going to get. And it's just one day you're going to think about it enough, and then it's going to come out, and then it's going to be perfect, and you're going to be a millionaire, and everything's going to be amazing. It doesn't work like that. The way you improve is that you put something out there, you try your best with what you have at the time, and then you see what works, and you pivot, and you check. So you put out something around roughly whatever the topic is that you want to talk about. Let's say that you're a health coach, you talk about this type of food or something. And maybe that works, maybe that resonates, amazing if it does. And if it doesn't, then you tweak and you try something else. Similar, aligned, but slightly different. So maybe you talk about, instead of talking about the weight loss properties, you talk about stress management properties. Instead of talking about food, you talk about meditation. Instead of talking about food, you talk about exercise. And you just pivot your way until you start finding and discovering what people actually like, what they resonate with. And there's so many things and so many variables within this whole equation, like the time that you're posting, the images that you're using, the length of your post, and there's really no right or wrong. You've got to test for your audience, because whenever you create something, you're creating it from you. It's going to have your tonality, your wording, the way that you express yourself, your aesthetic, your face even maybe. And so you can't say, well, it's got to be pink, or it's got to be red, or it's got to be long or short. It depends on who you're trying to attract and what it is about you that they find attractive. And that's something that is, you can't really create or bottle up or kind of manufacture. That's just coming from the way that you are. So a lot of people say that, you know, I'm kind of calm, and I am kind of calm. Like, I'm a really chilled out person in general. And I'm not like, rah, like many people are on Facebook Live. And that's just me. If I was trying to like fake this energy all the time, it wouldn't really work very well, and I'd probably get very tired very quickly. But a lot of people like that. Like, they actually say the reason that I signed up to work with you is that you weren't this kind of crazy extrovert. The reason I signed up to work with you is that you were kind of sensible about it. And I'm sure there's, you know, for every person who's signing up to work with me because of it, there's other people who are just scrolling right past this video right now because they think it's really boring and I probably should have put some color in my shot, you know? There's going to be people who are scrolling past this right now because I look a bit of a mess and I don't have makeup on and I'm not standing in front of the Eiffel Tower with my cocktail dress on, you know, and that works for some people and that's amazing. And that also doesn't work for other people. So there's elements of you and elements of your being, your personality, who you are, your character, that's going to attract people and, you know, not attract others, and that's totally fine. But you won't know what that is until you start getting out there and you start actually doing stuff that's a bit imperfect, because that's how you learn. And another thing, which is another part, the next topic of my Freedom Business Blueprint, which is coming out, actually it came out today, so if you're not on the list yet, jump on the list, make sure you jump on, is this thing around, you know, what can we actually charge? Like, what is ethical to charge when you're new in business? And a lot of people don't want to charge high prices because, or any price which makes sense financially for them, let's put it that way, like, let's not beat around the bush, like any price which is actually going to make your business profitable. They're afraid to do that because they think that they have to be perfect. They think they need another qualification, or they think they need another 10 years of experience, or. And as I explain in that video, that second video, it's nothing to do with all of those things. What's really important is that you're creating value, and I share exactly how you can do that no matter where you're at in business. If you're experienced or not experienced or brand new or changing industries, it's all around value. It's around what you can give your clients. So that depends on you, and it depends on them, and it depends on the space between the two of you, basically. So I recommend that you jump on, the link is wherever it is next to this video, fba.livingyours.com/blueprint, and get that blueprint with it, which, first of all, the blueprint covers everything pretty much around how you can actually start a coaching and consulting business. And then I've got 4 training videos which go into different topics in more detail. So the first one, as I said, was all around the offer and, you know, the kind of the basics of how you market. And then this one is more around actually how you create, it's more like the business model, like how you create the structure, how you price, how you actually create results for your clients, essentially. And it's really important to me that we do this ethically, because yeah, there are, you know, the occasional airy-fairy coach out there who's just babbling about the stuff that they learned from their coach 5 minutes ago, and that's really tedious. There is that out there, but there's so much in people, and I think people are afraid to, what's the word? They're afraid to share their knowledge, or they're afraid because they haven't had this external validation again. So they don't have the PhD or the blah, blah, blah qualification. And sometimes qualifications are really important, and oftentimes you learn a lot from them. But as I was saying to this client in this specific niche, you already have a lot of knowledge. And she was worried about, how am I going to start taking on clients, and how am I going to know, how will I know that they're going to resonate with my message? I said, there's nothing you can learn in qualification that's going to help you share your message. Your message is coming from you. That's not something you can learn. Yeah, you can do follow this formula marketing stuff, but in essence, the thing that people are going to be attracted to is something in you, something in your character. And you can't learn that. That's already there. So you just got to trust that. Do something that you like. Get out there and just test and see. And maybe there's little tweaks to do. But but do the things that you like and that would attract you. That's the first thing. And then from there you can start working out what's working for your clients or not. But they're going to be attracted to you plus your words. But when you combine them together, that's the message. That's what's actually coming out and being shared with the world. I've completely gone off track here and lost my train of thought, but what was he saying about ethics? So you have these qualifications, and they're really, really helpful. Or you could have 20 years of experience. A lot of people think they have to have white hair to be able to help anyone, but that's really not the case. Because as long as you know a decent chunk more than your client, you're going to be able to help them so much. And so I want you to think about what do you know? How could you actually package this up? And that's, again, what I share in the second video in the Freedom Business Blueprint training. How could you actually make this happen and structure this in a way where you're actually able to earn a decent income from it as well? Because the interesting thing is that when you actually charge a decent amount, and I share with you exactly how you can do that and do it ethically and actually make sure that your client's getting massive value for money. When you do that, then they actually get better results. Whereas if they're faffing around buying $5 here, there, and everywhere, they're just lost. Like they don't have any overarching strategy for whatever change they're trying to create in their lives. They're not really moving forward properly. So by actually creating a proper container where you can get them to where they need to get to, you're actually doing them a favor. And if anything, paying more money for something creates commitment. Like if you join a gym, well, first of all, if you don't join a gym, you're probably not going to work out, let's face it. And if you do join a gym, you're like marginally more likely to work out, especially the first month because you feel bad. And then it just becomes another direct debit coming out of your account. Whereas if you have a personal trainer and they're knocking on your door at 7 o'clock in the morning, you are for sure going to be doing that training session. And yeah, a personal trainer is like, one session is like a month at the gym, but you can see how you're going to get way better results by working with them. So actually, when you start spending more, if that makes you more committed, it can actually create better results for you as well. So what I wanted to jump on with you today and say is, first of all, do not wait to be perfect, because first of all, perfection is never going to happen. It's impossible. And even improvement is not going to happen unless you do. You cannot think your way to perfection. You cannot think your way to improvement. So make sure you do. Get out there. If they always say, if you're not embarrassed with your first attempt a few years down the line, you didn't get in there fast enough. So get something out there, whether it's a website that you want to be embarrassed about down the line, whether it's an offer, whether it's a Facebook post that you want to make or don't want to make because you're too scared. Get it out there. And you can start pivoting and improving and adjusting from there. But you've got to have actual real world data. You've got to actually have audience reactions to understand whether it works or not. You can't just think and keep thinking and somehow you're magically going to find the answers. It doesn't work that way. So that's the first thing. You cannot be perfect. Don't try to be perfect. Don't wait for perfection because it's not going to happen. And the second piece is to actually look at how you can structure your business to actually make you money, to get great results for your clients. And that comes through creating the right vehicle, the right structure to get them results. And that's what we cover in the second video of the Freedom Business Blueprint, which launched today. So it's free all this week. So I recommend that you jump in right now because it's super, super valuable stuff. And it's only available this week. So I want you to make sure that you completely max that out. It's really, really powerful training. So I think it's probably above this video. Jump on and sign up there. It's fba.livingresult.com/blueprint. And I will see you over there. And I'm taking questions underneath the videos. There's like Facebook comment boxes, so you can ask me questions there. And I'd absolutely love to help you with anything to do with that training series. And I will catch you very soon. Bye for now, guys.